From the Litchfield Hills to Long Island Sound. You are watching Live with Lumi and Michelle. And now your host, MicheleMarieDalene.
Hi guys, Hail Mary meets everybody's MicheleMarieDalene, and of course today is Wednesday. I have a bit of a cold, and I am going to be going to CVS this afternoon because I have to get some supplies for the house, and I asked a very interesting question, which is, after the old Cumberland farms closed, was it really a good thing for me? And I wanted to explain this, and I said maybe. One of the things when you have a convenience store across the street from your house is the convenience, and that means that you go where it's convenient. After all, humans are not that different than any other animal. We love easy stuff, don't we? Easy stuff, meaning let someone else do the cooking. Let someone else do the, bringing the food to your door. Let, at a point we don't even do anything. Just sit there. I didn't share the stream out to everybody. I should get the stream out to Facebook and Twitter. It's on Twitch, of course, already. So we had a few people last night. I wouldn't say a lot, but a few people last night that found the topic I addressed very interesting. Because I said it was amazing that you were actually speaking up on your own behalf, and there wasn't anyone else on the panel. But there were things going on in the side chat, which were not associated with my channel at all. So, yeah, you got that. Just basically, I'm just sharing out the links to everybody else here that hasn't seen it yet. I think most people have, given the number of views I see up here of 4. If you're like me, you're probably saying, why is there only 4 views? Well, because I didn't share it out to everybody yet. One. Alright, so, yeah. So we had a pretty interesting late night show. Well, it wasn't late night, but it was definitely a night, more of an opinion editorial piece. And we covered what's going on with the Supreme Court leak. How you doing, Andrew? Hi, Michelle. Once you are on, I would like to set the record straight on something. You were never reported. Okay. Yeah, same here. I have a cold and feeling like crap. What's sexy when you don't have any Kleenex, and then you gotta go grab toilet paper, and then the toilet paper I use is like gossamer gauze, super thin stuff. For wiping your bum, it's okay, but wiping your nose is terrible. Has White kept saying you check your Twitter. Okay, well, I will check my Twitter this afternoon. Now, of course, we all know that there are people on this channel, which, as far as I can see, they're not here right now, that are known to trying to stir up the septic tank, and they are constantly trying to bring me down, emotionally and financially. I'm talking about Noodles. Like Ed said, he says, I swear to God, he must be bipolar, because on one side, he wants to be my friend and be my ally. Talking about him on his channel, and then he said the next day he wants to rip me to shreds. It's like, yeah, that's what he does. He likes dragging in drama into the situation, and I'm not into the drama. Which brings up a valid question about what happened with the leak from the Supreme Court, Samuel Alito's draft. How did this leaker get it? Well, I don't know how he got it, but it is. There is a hypothesis that the reason why the person managed to use the leak as he did to polarize the Democrats and Republicans against each other on the issue of abortion. Now, first of all, a large majority of Americans will support abortion in the early stage. Abortion. That's not a problem for the majority of America. But the problem is late-term abortions, which this doesn't cover that strictly, but still that's a lightning rod. Nobody wants to talk about late-term abortions because, well, let's be honest. By the time you're doing a late-term abortion, it looks just like a human being that you're killing. That's sad. The leaker was a person, him or who was against the idea. Yeah. Yeah, that's something that related to what I said last night about the defunding of the police. And even something that was said in the song by Whitney Houston. I believe the future or children or a future. Teach them and let them lead the way. The Democrats have figured out something that Whitney Houston's saying about. Since the children are a future, fuck them up and let them basically drag the rest of the humanity into the cesspit of depravity, as that's what they've done. All right? It's just everywhere. You go out there, all the stuff that's going on now, especially in democratic enclaves, these kids are terrible. These kids are terrible. And they're being taught horrible values. I do not agree with abortion, but, why should I force my view on somebody else? That's just my view. Roe versus Wade leak doesn't matter. You can't tell because the left is fake crying. Like manipulating attention, seeking child. Yeah, well, you'd be surprised how many things these Democrats have done. It's in their policies. It's in their actions. That's where their actions speak much more than their lip service does. Okay? If the GOP candidate for governor in Washington, indeed does get elected, you can downright bet he's going to refund the police, for example. He's going to make sure that there will never be another CashApp. Alright? He's going to make sure that there will be no more of this democratically leftist propaganda garbage that's being pushed. And that's the same with a lot of other Republican governors and mayors and first selectmen. They don't want that crap. And the people of the cities deserve better than basically being told, you gotta defend yourself because we're not coming to protect you. being threatened again with nukes. UK ready to strike at them if they try it. You think Scotland's cold? I don't even know if the South Pole's really safe either. Temperatures that get so cold down there in the wintertime that you seriously, even the most hardy materials can become extremely brittle at the temperatures of the South Pole. Yeah, I know. Yes, it is getting bad out there. You're absolutely right. Okay, so let me get back to the main topic. With the Cumberland Farms moved over to the new location, if I want anything quick and easy, I now have to walk for it. And I don't mean just open the door, go down the stairs, go across the street, get my stuff, pay for it, come back across the street, come up 3 flights of stairs, open the door, plop my ass down in my kitchen. It's going to be a lot more of a trip to get a lot of stuff. How you doing, Anderson? So, I have to get more paper towels or napkins because this is all I have left from McDonald's. And so, right now my nose is running. So maybe I should ask the question that has nothing to do with the big P or the big C. Well, because I do have a cold. Should I still wear one of these face cloths in the first place? So I don't give somebody else my cold. I don't necessarily want to. After all, you're yeah. I don't know. Should I not? After all, I don't want to get somebody else my cold. How you doing, Anderson? Hey there, cutie pie. Yeah, so the whole question is what's going to happen now with all the stuff, with the leak that's already out there? Is another justice going to be the one to actually write the actual final decision? Yeah, well, I get colds fairly commonly. I don't think it necessarily may be a cold. Yeah. Oh, by the way, the Federal Reserve has decided they're going to do a colossal rate hike to combat inflation. If done wrong, that could start stagflation. And on the sniper is not even awake today. I don't even know where Nightbot went. There it is, finally. But why don't you, announce my, there we go, thank you. Maybe I typed it wrong. It's donate. Here's the answer about adoptions. They gotta stop trying to look for the perfect parents. If the idea is to give kids homes, I mean, reasonable homes. I mean, for example, when I adopt a kitten, for example, from a friend who has cat with other kittens, I don't have to go through the kind of crap that they make you go through to adopt a child. But then again, your friend probably knows that you're going to take good care of the kitten. How you doing, Tiani? Right. That's true, Andrew, there is. But like I said, there's a stigma about adoption, too. And being a foster kid. But it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the idea of adopting a child. I mean, I think it would be good. They see those children get out of foster homes into a permanent home. I think that would be great. But the problem is, the same program, usually maintained and operated by the state level, that runs the foster system, kind of makes it hard for foster kids to be adopted. Because they're looking for the perfect family. Honey, people that bear their own children are not necessarily perfect family. It's almost like saying, in that sense, should the state take away the kids from the non-perfect parents? That could be a whole other topic in its own right. But the thing I'm trying to say is adoption should be made a lot less cumbersome. And the Federal Reserve needs to make up money somehow because they're dishing out all the money on these other countries for free. Yeah. And that's part of the problem with the Federal Reserve. But it's been pointed out by several economists, a huge inflationary spike could also start stagflation, which is not good either. To me, Abdel is born in the moment of conception. Right. I mean, between adults, consensual adults, sexual contact between the two adults, that's fine. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that. But, as I said, back to the abortion thing, I think the problem is our society has gotten so risque lately in doing things that it shouldn't be encouraging the actions of, like multiple sex partners, promiscuity. We've gone way out of control. So why don't we just go ahead and go have our equipment to Bob Barker, Go out there and make sure to spay and neuter your kids. I mean, like, or yourself for that matter, so you can't have kids. Well, any more kids. Problem solved. Then your tomboy and your tomgirls can do what they're gonna do, but there's gonna be no baby out of it. Right. Abstaining is probably the most effective form, but you're right. There's gonna be people that are gonna do what people are gonna do. So go get yourself spayed and neutered, and then the problem's solved. And you can have all the sex you want, because you ain't gonna have any babies out of it. Maybe. But eunuchs don't always have it bad either. After all, eunuchs are basically people that just don't have their ability to reproduce. I'm naturally sterile. I can't have kids anyway. So what? I mean, I don't see myself. Craig Senior, how are you doing today? Yeah, I got a cold coming on. It's what I sound like I do. Cold season. Oh. I got a cold coming on. So that's why I sound like I do. All the women I was with, I could have used no protection. Maybe, but cruiser doesn't mean you couldn't have. One day, had just happened to found the one that was capable of receiving, and all of a sudden, you get a note from her lawyer saying you are now being sued for paternity rights. That would be one thing that you probably wouldn't want to have to deal with. Yeah, I got allergies in the spring too. Oh. So I got to get money out from my hair, and gotta buy some paper towels for the house. I was the North American pull-out thing of you. Yes, they're out. Yeah, it's still cool. I agree. However, the good news is right now it's 9 degrees Celsius here right now, which I know it doesn't mean a lot to you guys. But it is supposed to get up to 14. But it's a 100% chance of rain, which kind of sucks. So if I want to run to Cumby's or CVS, it'll have to be in the afternoon, and it's going to be a little cooler. But tomorrow, Thursday, it's going to be 68 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 degrees Celsius and sunny. So Thursday will be a fantastic day. Maybe I should change today plans for tomorrow plans. I see for next week, it's going to be much warmer starting Sunday. The numbers are Sunday, high 16, Monday, sunny, high 19. Tuesday, sunny, high at 22. Wednesday, sunny, a high at 26. Thursday, mostly cloudy, high at 27. Friday, mostly cloudy, high at 26. So, yes, it's going to warm up. And that's going to make a difference for some people. Because people are going to be looking forward to it going, oh, that's good. That's good. That's good weather, you know? Yeah, I slept okay. Well, right now, actually, I don't even have the panel up yet. Because last night I had the panel up, nobody came up, but I could get some people on the panel. I certainly would like to have a few people on the panel. Get a few people up there. Okay, John Heyman's here. How you doing?
I need Ed.
Sorry, I can't give you that.
What's he doing?
I'm sleeping.
You need to wake that boy up and tell him it's time to go on the train. How you doing, baby?
I'm doing all right. Except I got a bit
You
of a
got that
cold and now.
disability check? You get that deposit?
I got allergies and a cold right now.
Did you get that deposit yet from the government?
Well, I got my regular monthly check, but I didn't get anything else.
You like that check, don't you?
Andrew, CP says, hello, Andrew. PSA friendly reminder from CP, don't forget to keep that letterbox clean and whatever you do throughout the... Oh, clumps, yeah, I take care of that, but I haven't done it yet today, but let's see when outside does his thing, too. Warms up.
Took that check from you, you'd be in a world of trouble, wouldn't you?
Oh, what do you mean? What check?
Your disability.
Why would you want that?
If they took it from you, you'd be in a world of trouble, wouldn't you?
Well, at least, yeah, one sense I would be, but not entirely because I do got money in the bank, too. So...
How much you got?
Not enough. There's your answer.
I need some of that. You gonna become a YouTube coach?
A YouTube
Do you have
coach.
any rat traps in your house?
I got a cat. He takes care of that.
Who takes care of the roaches, the spiders?
We don't have spiders. If we did, there wouldn't be any roaches, would there?
Where's old Craig Sr. at?
All right. Well, Craig Senior isn't here yet.
I love Grandpa.
He's in the chat at least briefly, but I don't know if he's here right now.
Hopefully Craig Sr. comes on so I can talk to him. You ever heard any war stories from Craig Sr.?
I haven't talked to him about many stories of his years in the service.
Would you ever serve in the military?
No.
Have you ever done any work for the soup kitchen?
Yeah, I know Andrew was here, but he obviously didn't have time to stay around.
Oh no, Andrew, get up here and talk to us.
If Andrew wants to, I can ask him. I don't know if he will or not, but he might.
Everybody needs to get up here so we can talk to you.
I don't know if
Michelle.
I can get everybody up here. That's asking for a little bit much. Oh, that's a good
Let's
person.
fill
to
this
get up here.
mug
Let's
up.
get him up here also, yeah. Let's get them both up here.
Let's get up here, guys.
Come on, Noodles, for the sake of Lewis, why don't we want to hear you, especially on a phone call? So, well, thing is,
If you could move to any state, which would it be? Would you stay there?
what was the question?
If you could move to any state in the country, would you stay there?
No, because I think Connecticut is kind of a bit too crazy for me, because I'm more of a moderate Republican than a crazy liberal leftist Democrat.
So where would you go to, like Kentucky or Tennessee?
I don't know about those two. I'm thinking more about maybe Kansas or Nebraska.
Maybe Iowa?
Maybe Iowa. Indiana wouldn't be half bad. Ohio would be okay because it's colder. Check out the Amish and Mennonite communities up there too and see what the hell they do. Maybe I could find a home, an Amish type home, but I'm an English, so I would be like more like a Roman Catholic integrating Irish concepts into her, or Amish concepts into her home. I passed Michelle. I'm waiting for news. A new mic headset coming through. It should be tomorrow. Okay.
Guess he don't love us no more.
No, he said that he had to get a new microphone.
You got any plans today? You gonna go shopping?
Yeah, I gotta get paper towels. And maybe a few of the small things at the store. And I gotta get the money out from my
towel.
and I gotta get the money out from my hair appointment for Friday.
Do you go for the cheap ones or do you get the good ones?
I usually go for the ones that are least expensive, but usually, I've been known to buy the more expensive ones once in a while, but I'm not really brand loyal on paper towels. But I usually just buy something like Scott's or something like that, because they're basic and that's what I need, And so I think that's the reason I buy what I buy.
Maybe you can get some big sponges and throw them at Ed and tell him to wash his ass because he stinks.
Well, he's just trying to keep up with himself, but he's just struggling. All right,
Best wash them legs.
I'm gonna free this up right now so I can go back to reading the chats. But thanks for being here. Okay.
What the hell, man?
Yeah. Well, I'll talk to you later. All right.
If I was a female.
All right. So let me get back to the chat because, like somebody said last night, is you did better without a lot of the piano. Yeah, opinionatorial pieces tend to be best when you can serve them cold. You see that chick that got appointed head of the misinformation department or whatever? No, but they're not on Prime anymore, so it's not worth it. So it's arriving tomorrow. The misinformation department woman that says there's a Harry Potter headband. Tribute band. Democrats are so messed up right now. They're not even focusing on the people. They're just focusing on themselves, making themselves look like they're gloriously wonderful, but they're not. Yeah, you mean you don't think the Amazon Prime is worth it? I kind of agree with you. If you don't buy a lot of stuff, Amazon Prime is just kind of a waste of money. I don't know if they would say that's entirely true, but I can't say it's totally false either. One of the things that makes our government work is when they can come together with a reasonable compromise. There's different Republicans that want different things. There are Democrats that want different things. But they don't seem to want to make up their mind on what they really want. More and more as the time period goes by, the Republicans and Democrats are becoming less likely to agree on any kind of compromise. It's not a waste of money. Well, Andrew said that for him, it wasn't worth it. I'm not saying it's not worth it for some things. If you buy a lot of stuff, yes, Amazon Prime does make sense. If you don't buy a lot of stuff from Amazon, it's just an additional tax, so to speak. Taxed out of you. Taxes your entire finances, paying $6.99 for something U.S. for people who don't really buy a lot of stuff. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, exactly. Andrew, I get it. £10 a month is a lot of money. Throw around for something you don't use a lot. I was waiting for you on panel, but since Michelle doesn't like me, she. Oh, actually, you're still on. Believe it or not, I just left the panel. I didn't really think it was really doing me any good right at the point. Well, I don't know if Craig's coming on or not. Go back and check. See, I didn't leave the panel. I just left, but I didn't. See, I can't come back in again. I still always get Craig on the panel. Stan CG would have been nice to get on the panel too with Craig. We had a very good piece last night. I'm surprised I did not get a strike or a termination from YouTube for addressing what we addressed last night. But we were not stricken or terminated, so that was good. So I guess that's one of the topics that's not on the not to be discussed list. Well, if Stan comes up on the piano or comes in the show, I can get him to come on, give us a driving round. But I don't even see Stan here right now. So, it seems that the YouTube decided that my video is okay because I got my monetization on it. They didn't refuse to give it to me, which is a good thing. It usually means that when reviewing it, that they couldn't find anything really wrong with it. But no matter, we don't know what the future is with as far as the leaker is a Democratic sympathizer and was looking so excited about how he's caused so much disruption. I think so too, see, because the fact is I got monetized. As far as finding another alternative platforms, as I pointed out last night, the problem is YouTube is the best known platform. You can go to Odyssey, you can go to Rumble, you can go to Trump's Truth Network, whatever. You're not going to get the same level of exposure that you do on YouTube and Twitch. Okay? You don't get that kind of exposure. And that matters. If you're trying to get a message out, you don't want to just preach to the choir. The choir has already heard the sermon. They already are aware of it, So going on Trump's Truth Network and telling them that the Democrats are full of bullshit isn't going to do anything. Because they already know they're full of bullshit. So that's just like preaching to the choir. They don't need to hear crap. They already know it. So, when you trying to reach out to people and to share and inspire, preaching to the choir doesn't do any good. Trust me, because the choir has already heard the sermon enough. That's what the concept means, preaching to the choir. Which means, after all, a choir of your church probably has heard you talk about the same sermon from many years, and they don't need to hear it again. They already either agree with you or they don't. Yes, I think both parties are full of shit. It's not. Remember, they're saying actions speak louder than words. Okay, there are Republicans that are just as messed up in the head, but then it seems lately that the Democrats have been trying to say, "Hold my beer." That's what the problem is. The Democrats are going on a way just to prove just how much they can upstage even the worst Republican. Okay, Andrew, make sure when you go in the election, throw the bums out. Don't vote for the guys that's been there for years. Vote for the guy or gal that's new and inspiring. The night show tonight is going to be, well, I don't know about fire, but depending on how I feel, because I got a cold. See what happens. So I have to go take care of some stuff after the show. I gotta call my pharmacy. I gotta renew prescription. Yeah, I know. I'm sure you got the same problems in your country that we have. Leaders that have lost touch with the people, they're not doing what the people want, but doing what they want. Special interests, people who basically may fork out the money. We need a better government. It said to me, so why don't we just basically destroy the American government and start over from scratch? I said we can't. The Constitution gives us a way to do that by having a constitutional Congress. But unfortunately, the likeliness of that's going to happen is pretty far in between. Because everybody's going to be fighting to keep the existing status quo. That's why it's not going to work. As long as people in Congress are not willing to change, we're not willing to consider that they need to start over from scratch, it's not going to happen. I'm not saying the founding fathers of the country even anticipated what was going to happen in 200 years, 250 years after the creation of the Declaration or Constitution of the United States in 1783. But the thing is, we have a need to revise the Constitution, and there is a method in the Constitution allowing this. Well, they're starting to ration food here in a way because the situation is there's just not enough food going on right now. When American rations food, it's not the same way. They just price it to it's out of your range, you can't afford to buy it. Or shrinkflation. People still want food. But if you price, say, for example, a pound of meat, say, I don't know, I don't buy meat so much. I'll drink something I do know, a gallon of milk. If you pick a gallon of milk and say $3.99 a gallon, and then next month you make it $10 a gallon, the average person that just needs milk real quick to make a bowl of cereal is going to go, well, do I really want to pay $10 a gallon for milk? Or would I rather wait? Or find something else I can use instead of actual milk in my cereal, maybe soybeans or something. How you doing, Brian King? No one should be supporting Ukraine. Well, it's doing pretty good by itself. 1 bottle of sunflower oil is allowed now per household. We are looking like Africa. Well, in our areas, the stores are just raising the prices so much that people are not buying as much meat anymore. So packets of meat sit on the shelves, the coolers, and they're like, no one's buying them as much meat. So the meat farmers are like struggling to sell their product and they can't sell it. I mean, now, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get paper towels. I'm going to try. I don't know what kind of paper towels I'm going to end up getting, but I got enough TP for right now, but paper towels is a problem because we use them so much around here. We're in Nigeria. Honey, toilet paper is the least of my problems right now. But yes, I will go pick up a package of that too. While I'm at it, I'm gonna go to the bank and rattle the ATM for $100, 80 for the hair retouch and trim, and then of course the other 20 for supplies. Craig Sr. says Michelle used dish towels like I do and only wash them. Get 5 or 10 dish towels in the dollar store and just throw them in the washer. Yeah, I do that. Right now we're using regular bath towels. Not. The problem is my washer is I haven't really been setting it up because it's kind of a pain because there's not too much place to set up right now. So I washed them in the tub, in the bucket, you know. Yeah. I haven't seen any of the newest Nigerian scams lately either. I think the Nigerian scammers realized they messed up. No, not this weekend. I'm walking down there. I'm gonna walk her because CVS is it's not too far. So I'll get a chance to get a little exercise, and that's again brings back to the original topic: is did closing the old Cumberland firms actually do me a favor? I would say probably because now I have to walk further to get stuff, and which means slowly my weight will come back down, which will make my doctor happy. Yeah, I'm sure there isn't. If there were, I wonder how many Nigerians they've been eating. I have a very simple Oh, I know what it would say to me is, why don't we go again, go Instacart and order some, stuff, which would be an option. But I really kind of want to get back out on my feet more than just go ahead and have food delivered to my house. I mean, the paper towels, I can get Dollar General, Instacart works with them. So they'll go to Dollar General, go pick me up the paper towels, put them in my bag, and then deliver to my house. But I could just as easily get some of that stuff locally. I have to be at work at 12 midnight, and I have to take a shower. I'll try to get on. That's my digestive system talking. Did you see the latest threats in the UK got a new bomb that can go underwater to drown us in radiation? Well, underwater, like a torpedo kind of thing, doesn't particularly surprise me. I just wish Bojo. Yeah, well, you do have nukes. But like us, I wonder, do you know if your nukes are still operating at all? CB says, I think somebody said earlier to you that the paper towels are kind of a necessity for one's life. Yeah, I would like to see you save your money. They're kind of a necessity because, especially for like wiping up spills or stains or drying your hands after washing the dishes. I'm trying to save my money too, considering this month I'm already down to $198 as well as in my checking account right now, because we don't know how much more donations we're going to be getting this month. Oh, today you're going in at 12 noon? So they put you on a day shift now. Speaking of yourselves, have you thought about building or restoring fallout shelters? I was watching videos on that about fallout shelters. One family found an old ancient one in their backyard, and they're in the process of restoring it to habitable condition. Well, right now, I don't exactly see dish towels right now over at, but we do use them, so I don't have to buy a million rolls of it, just like one for right now. So I can start cleaning the damn house, which is starting to really look seedy in the kitchen. And I need a new mop also. I hope not. I mean, the fallout shelter is like, inside of them it's dark, obviously. There's no windows. It's enclosed. If you're claustrophobic, the last place you want to be stuck in is a fallout shelter for 32 years. And that's exactly what it takes to cover a typical fallout. Is 32 years. What in the hell are you going to be doing in a fallout shelter for 32 years? John Haven, if I don't work with prices the way they are today, I can't survive. Unfortunately, taxes on my home here in Long Island is $7,200 a year. So that helps me pay the taxes. Exactly. Taking and cleaning my house, need to clean it also. Yeah. Well, the good news is his hand is not swollen anymore. His leg is still draining. He said it doesn't hurt any. So that's, I guess, is a good thing. He's got a doctor's appointment next week. It's not likely to be on the morning show much. Knowing that, he might do a night show sometime this week again. I don't know when. He doesn't have a preset schedule like I do. Yeah. I hope maybe the one Putin has put in charge is going to finally just say, this ain't worth it anymore. This is ridiculous. It's costing us Russian soldiers. It's costing us troops. It's just not worth the expense. in lives and material. Oh, okay, great. Sure, I already have one else set for you. There you go. Yeah, I have a panel open already. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they say inflation is going to be up like 20, 10, 15% from last year. Yikes. You know, mortgage is $1,000 a month. Yeah, well, my rents can eventually someday go up again. Because my landlord has to pay a mortgage on this property. I don't know how much he can take out of this costs. I pay $800 a month in rent. People in fixed income are really, really vulnerable. Those that have jobs, even they're struggling. A lot of seniors have basically found themselves becoming homeless. Those that have family, they're moving in with relatives, but by themselves, they're finding they can't pay the rent and pay for the doctors and medical bills and other essentials. Krista says, yeah, most rent here in the same time Michelle lives in, once they can go for $850 to $1,200. Yeah, and it depends, especially if you have one with heat and hot water included in the rent. I figure it adds another $100, $150 to the rent cost. So I'm getting an apartment that is equivalent to one without heat and hot water included in the rent of $800 a month. For $800 a month. That's not bad, but the thing is, it's still causing a lot of economic hardships for people, especially those who have to pay for the separate heat. So, the price of heating fuel has gone up. Heating oil is outrageous if you heat oil. Natural gas and propane ain't any cheaper. And electricity is forget about it. Yeah. See, that's what it's going. Yeah. The rents are not all the same. Some landlords charge $850 for a 2-bedroom a month, and some charge $1,200 a month. But don't forget, there's another cost with rental or buying a house, Krista. The utilities have to be factored in too. If you get an apartment with $800 a month that you have to pay for your own heating oil or natural gas, and electricity, water, and sewer, versus you paying, say, $900 a month that includes heat, hot water, cooking fuel, garbage, I mean, the $800, $900 per month one sounds pretty good. If you can get one for $1,000 that includes heat, hot water, electricity, cooking gas, garbage, water, sewer, hey, and it looks even cheaper because you could add in the extra cost of utilities to the rent, which is part of your living accommodations. It's going to affect you. So you try to look for the best deal. Well, landlords know that, but the landlords also know they have a landlord's market right now because they know that people need housing. So they know that they can charge a lot for what they want. They can for the rents, and they'll get people paying it. What's he saying here? See that link, Craig? See that link, Craig Senior? Oh, or is this say? Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Trust me. Rent is expensive. People or studio apartments is ridiculous what some of these places are charging. Brian K says, yes, Andrew, in Greytown, you can get a 2-bedroom for $1,500 and just in town, in the town nearby. No, Crystal was supposed to help me clean the house on Friday, but she has to reschedule it for Tuesday, and I said that's fine. I think we need to do a little more significance to Remy Jobby. Yeah. Let's make that stick forever. One of my best friends in Cape Town, and I never asked about that before. I'm not seeing the link. Okay, Craig, I'll put it up right now again for you. There we go. That's the link right there. I do have the link. I just gave it to him directly. There's the link again. Well, if he does, then would be why he never saw the link. Okay, now Craig's coming on. Let's get him on here. Good morning. How you doing?
Hey.
Hey.
What's going on, guys?
Not much.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to all Michelle's friends. Good morning to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Da 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 da.
Now, by the way,
all right. So listen to me. Listen to me, there, Pinhead. I want you to go and get about 10 kitchen towels and use them for whatever the hell you want to use them for. I don't care whether it's cleaning up cat piss or whatever. And then throw them in your washer. Get them washed and just hang them out on the shower curtain or something. I buy a 12-pack of paper towels per month. They are the biggest waste of goddamn money that I ever saw. So we use them very sparingly because they're expensive.
That's true, but I don't know if CVS sells dish towels.
Yeah. Or do you have a dollar store or a Dollar General or anything like that?
We do, but unfortunately, like Krista's not coming until Tuesday, and so Tuesday is a while away from now.
Well, it is. If I send you some money, would you? I'll send it directly to PayPal. I'll
Okay.
send $20. Get like 10 or 11 dish towels, and get a big thing of paper towels, and you keep your eye on them and keep them hidden so Ed doesn't use them all up.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, the thing is that's certainly an idea. I used to buy those sham wows some time ago, but they worked fine for what I used them for, cleaning and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Michelle. See, you can get ShamWow. Get 4 or 5 packages, and they'll clean anything up. I hate using paper towels, and when I
understand they're colossal waste. Yeah, I do know that.
Yeah, I mean, some things you need to use them for. I mean, there's obviously, when you're cleaning out a glass or something like that, I use a paper towel. But, I go through maybe 12 rolls, and that's a month, if that.
Yeah.
We use the dishcloths. If I spill water on the floor, I throw it on the floor, put my foot on it,
right.
wipe it up. What
about when you get a runny nose? That's
my floor is clean. And then I throw them in the washing machine.
I mean, see, right now I got a cold coming on, so like you don't want to use dish towels for blowing your nose, right?
Oh no! You know what I use for blowing my nose? I go to the dollar store and I get 2 or 3 packages of the napkins. I don't buy Kleenex because they're very expensive. Right. And for what you get,
well, that's what I was going
to. My wife gets this little box that she has, like the tall box of the what do you call it, snot rags or whatever, and they're a waste of money. I get so pissed off because now she blows her nose I use napkins. It's cheaper. I get one with like 300 and for $2.99.
Right now, as like I said, is I got a runny nose, so I think the 1 roll basic paper towel will be fine for right now for the weekend, and also gives me an excuse to get out of the house. And then on Tuesday, maybe me and Krista can go down to Dollar General, get some paper towel or some those dishcloths you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's like 2 or 3 for $1. And when they get real bad and they're nasty and stuff like that, I use them to wax the car. I don't care. And you know what? You were talking about Amazon Prime before. Michelle, it's only $6.99 a month. And with that $6.99 a month, you get, I'll buy you, what do they call it, the remote? I forgot what they call it.
This answers Chris's question. That's exactly what I was going to ask you. But we can go to Dollar General because we do have to get other things at Dollar General too. So I gotta go.
You can get the stick. The stick right now on Amazon is $29.99, and you hook it to your TV, and you can get any channel you want to get. And there's a lot of very interesting things that you would enjoy on there. They have comedy shows. They have all sorts of good stuff.
Right. Well, I was looking into getting an Android TV box, and they have one from Walmart that's about the same price. That's Android, so you can play Android games on it too.
Yeah, well, Amazon Prime has 1,000 games. I just like the Amazon Prime because I order my groceries through there. They do accept food stamps because I do get food stamps. I will share that with you. And I order everything on there except meat. Meat is too expensive on there. But boxes of cereal. You know, you can only get food products. You can't get paper towels on food stamps. So,
Right.
but
Well,
I get
like I said, is the Amazon Prime. I haven't tried it yet. I do know Amazon does take EBT Snap, but I haven't tried ordering from them yet.
Will you do me a favor? Would you please call Amazon today and tell me you want to open an account? You can do it. They'll give it to you. They might put $1,000 limit on it, but this will save you so much money and aggravation. There's no charge for delivery over $50. They will bring it right up to your house. And if you flip the guy $2, $3, they'll even pack it in the refrigerator and put it wherever you want. It is fantastic.
Right.
Because I order, I mean, you can buy ice cream, milk. It comes in freezer packs and all that kind of stuff. So I wish you would do that and save yourself so much money. And is your TV that you have in the house, you have a TV, right?
Yeah, I got 3 actually, but
all right. And you got Wi-Fi.
I don't have a rooftop antenna right now.
Yeah, well, you got Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, I got Wi-Fi.
Is the TV Wi-Fi applicable?
One of the TVs is a smart TV, but it's not a smart TV. But can you use it with a DVD player, that same model that has a smart TV app on it. So then you can do things that way. The other one is the still good old-fashioned, stupid 27-inch console, black or color CRT monitor. Then we have a smaller TV Ed got from the neighbor next door. It doesn't come with a remote, so I don't know how we're going to program that.
Well, that's very simple because all you have to do is get an all-purpose remote. And they automatically pick up your TV, what kind it is, and they'll give you a number to put in. I'm just saying for Ed, he loves his games. He loves to watch his games, the football games, baseball games. All the games are on there, and they have very, very, the latest movies you can watch. Yeah, they have advertising on them, but who cares? I've been watching, you know what I like? Did you ever watch Boston Legal?
Yeah, a Raku box is just as good too. But on the other hand, if anything, it will make me even more lazy. Because then I wouldn't have any reason to go out there and do much. Because I'd be just sitting around basically laying on the couch and just flipping remote control all day long.
Okay, but at the same point, this way you'll keep Ed out of your hair and he can watch his games on it. That's what I'm saying. Get the stick from Amazon. Stick with everything with Amazon is so, so much easier. And Amazon has the shopping where you can go up and down the aisles, and if you see something, you just put add to cart.
Yeah.
And then you punch in your EBT. They'll ask you for a code, you know, like a PIN code. Like mine is 1823. I put that in.
I was interested in getting an Alexa, but then again, you know,
Alexa's good. You want an Alexa? I'll buy you an Alexa, but that's got nothing to do with the it does run the TV if you wanted to, but it's more for information and set timers when you're supposed to take medication, and it'll give you the weather.
I mean, I'm thinking it would be interesting for Ed, maybe because Ed might be able to use Alexa for some things. Of course, you know.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you could say, set timer for 30 minutes for chocolate cookies.
Mm-hmm.
So then,
yeah.
You know, I know you can do the same thing with Siri, but I don't know.
Yeah, and you can set Alexa for like this morning. I had to tell her what do they call a television conference with my doctor. Tell her something or other, and I did that on my phone, which is great. I don't have to go all the way to Syosset.
How much is the monthly Alexa service?
There is no charge for Alexa. That all comes with the Prime. The Prime for seniors is $6.99 a month.
I see. So for your monthly membership for Prime, gives you access to Alexa.
Yeah, it's $6.99. That's what it is. You're a senior. It's $6.99. Tell them you were in the Air Force or something like that. They don't even ask. And at $6.99, I watch. You'll have 200-300 different channels you can watch. As far as games go, you can play the games right from the remote on the Alexa. I mean, on the stick, on the Amazon stick.
Well, you know what?
You can play games.
One other thing about those sticks, though, is where's the remote control for them?
It comes with it. You can play the games right on there. You can hold it in your hand. It tells you it's only got like 6 buttons, and it's got a circle on it where, let's say you're doing your truck game. To go forward, you push the round circle forward, and you can go backwards and left and right.
I think American Truck Simulator is on Steam. It's on Steam, but I don't know if it's on Steam for SteamOS or.
I can play the same truck show you have right from my remote, sitting in my recliner, and I can steer the truck and speed it up and everything, and it's very simple. At this point, I don't even have to look at the remote, because all you're doing is got one button in the middle of the circle to stop, and then you can.
Well, I still would kind of like to get a steering wheel eventually. I think that would be nicer to have a real steering wheel for the game. But they're expensive as fuck. I've even used ones.
Yeah, well, you don't need a steering wheel. With the little Alexa remote, it's so simple. It would be perfect for you with your vision, because you could play your games on the big screen. Which one has Wi-Fi? How many inches is the screen TV that you have Wi-Fi on?
I have a 32-inch flat screen LCD 1080p LG.
Oh, good, fantastic. So all you got to do is you have the remote for it.
I have the remote for that one. But Ed
all you got to do is, all right, listen, this is very simple. If I can, way more about
from another company that doesn't have the remote for it. It's another brand now. So I know you're saying about smart remotes, but you know what? I found out something the hard way. Sometimes those smart remotes don't always get all the codes that the that the original remote has. And so, same thing with his DVD burner. His DVD burner's having a problem on the fast forward button because the carbon's coming off the back of the little rubber pad that's used to make the contact with the circuit board. So I'm going to have to get some number 1 lead graphite pencil and just rub some new graphite on the back of the pad to make contact. Or make small little stickies of foil and then put it on the back of the pad so that they can still make contact.
Well, with the Amazon stick, you don't need any of that crap. And like I said, I don't even look at the stick. I have it in my hand.
Hey. Well, like I said, right now, Walmart's got an inexpensive Android box that's really the basics, lowest level tier, but hey, you know what? It's cheap. So that can make a difference. Also, we bought the special cones for the couch to raise the couch off the floor. So Ed can now use the couch. It'll be 10 inches higher. When the seat will now be 24 inches, so it'll be easier for him to get his butt into the couch and off the couch. But he still says, I wish I could do something about these arms on it. I said, well, remember, a couch isn't designed for sleeping on, but we'll see what we can do with that. You know. Yeah, yes, that'll be interesting. I went to play around with the little Alexa bot. See what can Alexa really do for me. I mean, I have fun with Siri sometimes too. Like you heard me get into a bit of a bullshit chat with Siri a couple days ago on the show. But Siri on my Mac is garbage. If you are an EBT holder, yeah, I got the EBT card in my Amazon. The problem is I don't know if HelloFresh delivers to Winston. See, now Amazon Fresh, I don't know if it delivers to Winston. Because, I mean, I've seen the Amazon trucks go by, but I don't see refrigerators on them, so I don't think they can deliver frozen food or anything like that. Yeah, I know people have a Raku box. I was going to get a Raku because there are some so-called channels on a Raku that looked interesting. And there are also what they call hidden channels that you can also join up to as well. So what I don't know about Raku, which I'm kind of a little edgy about, is the fact that they want your credit card. Even if you don't buy anything. But I do got the Raku app on my phone, so theoretically... So all I should do is check my Amazon and see if indeed my EBT Snap card is in there. See, the reason why I don't really want to order like everything from Walmart.com anymore was because last time the Walmart.com order came, they actually sent it to Cumberland Farms across the street. And it had 40 pounds of cat litter in it, and I couldn't get the box. If it wasn't for the neighbor, and it was nice to bring the box over here, I would never have known it was at Cumberland Farms. How you doing, Chow Chow? Let me get you in, Pino. Craig was just on. Boy, oh boy. 7 likes, 9 views. So, yeah, I gotta get. So, Krista, on Tuesday, I gotta go get some, like he said, just towels and pick up some containers of Benadryl. Thank you. Much appreciated. Yeah, probably the cold. Probably got a cold like I got. I got a cold coming on or allergies or both. I'm doing okay. My nose is running. I gotta get some more cancer eye drops as soon as possible. Oh my god, it is gonna be a fun expense. I need those eye drops. I'm out. I've been out for weeks, and now my right eye is really, really getting bad again, and I gotta keep the eye drops up. I really do. Without those cancer eye drops, I'm gonna become blind as a bat, and I won't be able to see what I'm doing with the chat. So, if I get paid from Patreon in a couple days, maybe it's gonna be enough to get my eye drops. I don't think so, though. $15 a month from 4 patrons is gonna help, but I still need to get more Patreons up. Because remember, Patreon pays me at the beginning of the month. Okay? Yeah, they are. Yeah. So the sad truth is that a lot of people have gotten mad at Nightbot to the point where they block them on other services, and of course the Nightbots get blocked on mine, so they don't see the message notifications. So I gotta copy them over and paste them again so that people can see them. And do check out the Patreon page too, guys. Patreon page, get paid at the beginning of the month, so that's kind of more direct value to me because it's at the beginning of the month. PayPal is another way to donate too. Let's see. Where's the donation? There it is. So, you just need to hang on a little bit longer financially. What's on Patreon? You got access to Silvermoon Radio. You have access to some exclusive YouTube videos that are only on Patreon and not on YouTube. You have books that I've written, articles I've written, audio, as I said, mostly Silvermoon Radio stuff. A lot of other little pieces down. How you doing, trolling? Where's the look-see? $5 a month gets you access to the audio and the texts. $10 a month gets you access to audio, videos, and texts. So take a look at it. Just go to my Patreon panel, take a look. It's it's free to look at anyway. Like I said, that money comes in earlier than the other money, and they don't have that kind of baloney about, oh, well, gee, you know, you can't get paid unless you have $100. No, they pay you. If I only get $14, I still get paid. So that's an advantage with Patreon is better than YouTube memberships. Not saying there's nothing wrong with being a member or super chats or super stickers. They certainly do count, but they get issued out at the end of the month if I have at least $100 worth in the balance. And so that's the one thing about where memberships kind of, on Patreon are better. Because memberships on Patreon, I get paid at the beginning of the month. Same thing with StreamYards. If you donate to StreamYards, you know, that would help a lot. Seems like the chat's getting quiet. Oh, it's 11:37. Yeah. So, love to see more people come on the Patreon page. Check it out. There's some free views up there we can check out too. Well, it looks like everybody's going to be able to go home. It looks like it. I'm listening but working on my house. Okay. Well, I don't have much more to say right now anyway, but anybody who has Nightbot blocked probably never know about the other ways to check out my content, but look at the video description. I do mention all the, as far as I remember, all the donation ways and stuff. And since right now it looks like everybody's pretty much wrapped up and I have not much more to say, let me just give you a summary of what I started out with. When the old Cumberland Farms closed, that was right across the street. I now have to go further to get stuff, which is good because, one, there's less impulsive buying because I'm now basically have to plan my trip more carefully. Second of all is because there's less impulse buying, there's less buying of pizzas and cheese slabs and things like that, which is helping my waistline. That's what it comes down to. However, of course, a new convenience store has bought the old convenience store, and even though they've established themselves downtown, they want to move that store across from me. Okay, it's a small little groceries, a little convenience store called Winston Grocery, aka Gas Man, that moved and renovated Cumberland Farms for its own use. I thought Gas Man actually had a bigger store after they renovated, but it turns out that they're leasing the space, and so they, I think they want to buy it now instead. So, which means that the convenience of having to be able to just go right across to get stuff is going to be back in full swing again. More than likely. But we'll see what happens. But for now, everybody, because it is people are going home, I'm going to let you guys go. Say thank you for coming to the show. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Also, we will be live on Friday. And the weather is going to be warming up, so very soon we'll probably be doing more shows outside soon on the porch. And we do have a night show tonight. I don't know what's going to happen on the night show, but we'll see. You know, maybe tonight's show will be a pretty good show and things like that.